So some people were asking, which laws are being violated and why would you contact the RCMP, for example, things like that. So I want to try to lay it all out for everyone to make clear what's going on and why you would do what I'm doing. So this falls under criminal harassment. Section 264.1 of the Canadian Criminal Code covers various crimes, but this falls under criminal harassment. And it met that standard before there was anything threatening said, because the totality of the behavior meets the standard. So I'll explain that. First of all, in Canada, you have different types of procedures. You have indictment for more serious crimes, and then you also have summary judgment for lesser crimes. So this would be what they would call a dual procedure offense, which means the Crown could elect to indict for a serious charge, or they could elect to do, summarily for a lesser charge. And it all depends on the different variables of the crime. The max penalty, if a person is indicted, would be 10 years in jail for this crime. And that would include what you'd have to do to meet the standard: repeated stalking, repeated communications, threatening conduct over time with a person who is reasonably afraid, and that meets the standard. And even without a threat, it would meet the standard. So judges in Canada take this very seriously, only if you're like a minor offender, you've never really done anything in your life and you've crossed the line once. If there's nothing dangerous attached to this behavior that you've ever done, you might get a peace bond and they'll totally expunge it from your record. That's not usually the case with anything like this. So with all the things attached to this case and the reckless disregard and almost smug reckless disregard for the victim, and the systemic quality of the harassment of the victim with all the libel going on, and finally the hoping they get attacked, they think they deserve to be attacked again. The prior hunt for the victim by the person doing this behavior in order to perpetuate back then bodily harm and even death on her, then running away and keeping that information to yourself for over a year. The person gets harmed. They're finally now taking a stand and trying to, maximize their safety by telling their story. And instead of leaving them alone, you're on here doing this. I think they'll view that as indictable. Thank you for contacting the Canadian Security Intelligence Service.
Bonjour et merci d'avoir appelé le service canadien du renseignement de sécurité.
For English, press 1.
Pour le français, appuyez sur le 2.
CSIS is not a law enforcement agency. To report an immediate threat to national security, please call 911 or the RCMP. To report a non-immediate threat to national security, please submit a report available on our website. For questions about general employment, recruitment requirements, or other recruitment inquiries, please visit our frequently asked questions page available on our website.
For access to information requests, please complete an online form available on our website.
Shut up.
For security clearance inquiries, please contact your Departmental Security Officer or Public Services and Procurement Canada, PWCSC, at 1-866-368-4646. If you suspect to be a victim of fraud, please contact the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre at 1-888-495-8501. For administrative inquiries, press 1. For media inquiries, press 2. To report a non-immediate threat to national security or for all other inquiries, press 3. For recruitment-related inquiries, please visit our website at cesiscareer.ca. Please note that only the candidates selected for further
How many
consideration
times
will
do
be
you have to press
contacted.
3?
Please call again. Thank you.
What the hell? God damn. This. Hi, do you speak English? I wanted to report something that's going on online with, I believe, a citizen of Quebec that would be cybercrime, threatening another person. There is a girl in Canada, I believe she's in Quebec, and she was, it's kind of a long story, but she was initially part of an attempted murder plot against a lady who was attacked in the Netherlands, and she filed an affidavit in Quebec about that. And I can send that to you guys. That victim wasn't murdered. She is still living in hiding, and they have captured two of the attempted murderers. The other two are still on the run. And this person was involved in the initial finding of her residence. She still lives in hiding with her little boy. But this person now, because the victim is speaking out online to maximize her safety, the lady in question, who I believe lives in Quebec, she is online now cyber stalking her and even made what sounds like a threat. She said she deserved to be acid attacked again the other day, and well, I live in America, so we're witnessing this online. And so I'm just trying, I looked online for all the different places that you report cybercrime in Canada to. And so I thought I would fill out those forms, but I'm trying to make like verbal contact with someone who maybe I could send them an email with the information and they could look into it. Okay, thank you. Yes. I don't know which city she lives in. I just wrote to somebody to see if they knew. But the affidavit she filed, it was in Quebec, so I think she's from that province. And I can send that to you. Her name is Catherine Richard. No, only online. There are thousands of people following the case. She got back online to now harass the victim, including that sounded like a threat. Mhm. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. Because it doesn't involve the victim isn't. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say the victim is actually in the Netherlands. That's what makes this strange. I'm just someone that wants to help the victim. I'm sorry? She lives in the Netherlands. The victim. Yes, she lives in hiding right now. But the perpetrator, the one we're talking about right now that's doing this stuff online,
She sent an affidavit a year after the lady was actually attacked to Middelburg Courthouse in the Netherlands, but it was attested to in Quebec. So she confirmed her role in being part of locating the victim's house and planning to kill her. She left and went back to Canada before they actually went and attacked this lady, and now she's online helping harass her. She's what? Um, I don't know what part of Canada she's in, but she was in Quebec, and I think she's from Quebec. So I'm trying to find that out so that I can, give a more proper report. But yeah, she's I believe from Quebec, and she's I think in Canada right now, but she's online doing this. So I know it would be under the 264.1 of that, especially that last comment about attacking the lady again. And she's just thoroughly harassing her and committing horrible libel against her and harassing her online. And the lady already, of course, is in fear for herself and her child. And this is a person who was involved in the crime. So I know that this should be reported. So if I report it to an American law enforcement agency, will they be able to help you or okay. Okay. Is there any way I could send you information just directly in an email or anything like that? Thank you. Okay. 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 So like I'll give them the information and they'll send it to you. Okay. 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 Thank you so much. Bye bye. So let's make some things clear about the libel going on. Because, of course, when you say you think that someone's a B word, a B word, a B word over and over, and that they deserve to be acid attack again in your mind, that's obviously a threatening and abusive bunch of stuff. But we've already covered that she's never been accused of being a child M word by any body of law. There's no court case about that, and none of these people that are saying this stuff online have ever approached any law enforcement agency accusing her of that. And also, if you haven't heard Catherine's phone call with Luna, it's totally free of charge. Please go check that out. Because you can hear from that phone call a couple of things that Catherine's been lying about. Number one, she certainly doesn't accuse Luna of abusing that child in that phone call. She has reached out to Luna asking her for help, which is not something you would do to somebody who was terrible, I wouldn't think, but that's what she did. And when she's talking to her, you can tell they've never spoken to each other in their entire lives. So she's been telling the lie that she's just had all this chatting going on with Luna, where Luna was awful and mean to her and did all this terrible stuff. But there's absolutely no proof of that. The people she shows when there's some kind of weird conversation going on are all other people. They're not Luna, but she says they're all Luna. Much in the same way when I first had my channel and she did her live stream, she said I was Luna. She said it matter of factly. She didn't say, I think that could be Luna. She said it was Luna several times. And then I got on there and said, hey, I'm home now and I see your goofy live stream and I'm not Luna. So that's what she's doing with these other people. James Uganda, also not Luna. Uh, I'd venture to guess that none of them are Luna, and especially with regard to what's going on right now, Luna's undergoing therapy to regain her personhood after being victimized by these people, including Catherine, and the type of abuse where you online harass people to death so that they can't feel comfortable online and telling their story, and you start calling them a child M word over and over, just like their acid attacker did, and then you go so far as to say you think they deserve to be acid attacked again and cuss them and all this other kind of stuff, accuse them of being other people online, incessantly stalk them. That's just something where it's kind of obvious you have something wrong with you. And when it's clear from the pattern of behavior that you're doing that your intent is to harass the victim into hiding, who already is in hiding, by the way, but you want them off of every corner of the earth, including offline, then, that's going to meet the standard even before you made your comment that you think that they deserve to be acid attacked again.